Coach, do you just write that one off as a bad shooting day and kind of scrub it?
First of all, let's really give Colorado a lot of credit. They lost a really tough game at Grambling the other night, and in a tough situation to be in early in the year like this on the road. Came here, obviously didn't have it one day to get prepared, and they went out, and I thought they played terrific. We had no answer for them defensively. In the second half, we didn't guard them. But the way we started the game, I mean, our guard play wasn't what it needs to be. We're 2 for 11 around the rim. Shots that you have to make around the rim when you got shots. I mean, you got to make them. And some nights you're going to have a bad night, but it was our defense that wasn't very good. Turnovers are a problem. And again, but I don't want to take anything away from Tad and his team, because they did a great job and they deserve to win. And obviously, I didn't like our mindset coming in. I felt like if we think we're just good enough to go out and play, today proved the fact that we're not. And whether we're making threes or not, you should be able to play better basketball than we played today. I mean, our defense, they got whatever they wanted in the second half, and especially in the last 10 minutes. We had chances. Even with 3 minutes ago, we had a chance to cut the lead to 9 with over 3 minutes, and missed the front end of a 1-on-1 and go down and have about as bad a breakdown on defense as you can have to give up 3. And then we got wild. I mean, I'm looking out there like I don't have a clue what we're doing. And I thought our guard play set the tone in a negative way for us. But I thought Josiah, again, probably played more minutes than he should. I understand him maybe being a little tired, but the other guys I can't say much about it, because when you look at the shooting numbers, it's with our guards and their turnovers, and it's just a bad day for us. But again, I don't want to take anything away from Colorado. They deserve to win. I thought, controlled the game pretty much from start to finish.
Matt?
Why do you feel like the guard play was what it was today? You feel like it was complacency coming in?
You'll have to ask those. Yeah, I think complacency has. I think if we think we're just going to show up and play, I know this. We know our team, and when guys start thinking they're going to do things they can't do, we know what our guys can do more so than they do. And when they get out of what we need them to do, I mean, you look at the numbers. I mean, Julian, even though the perimeter 1 for 6, Olivier's 1 for 8. Zakai's 4 for 12, Santi 2 for 13, Tyreek 2 for 9, and Joe 5 for 11. He's had less time out there with anybody, and then you look at rebounding. Olivier did have 10 rebounds. We had 4 turnovers. Again, guys doing things that we don't need them to do, but our guard played too. Between them, I think Zakai and Santi had what do they have here turnover-wise? I think 6 turnovers between them, and so that's a problem.
Mike, then Grant?
Rick, with a team that has this many veterans and has played in this many games, how does complacency and expecting to show up and win happen?
That's Joe. I mean, because I know one thing, I'm not complacent, because I realize who we are. I got a lot of respect for a Pac-12 team, and Tad Boyle's a heck of a basketball coach. You have to ask him if he thought they were complacent, because we played like we were complacent, whether we were or we weren't. I know this. We did not play with the sense of urgency that we have in the 3 games prior to this. We didn't.
Rick, you mentioned Monday night, you got to rebound better when shots aren't falling. You got to out-rebound tonight. Is that mindset, effort? What goes into, how would y'all be?
I think it's guys not still understanding the roles they need to play. Again, the fact that we do think we can shoot the ball. We've had 2 games down a row where we haven't shot well because we're rushing shots. I thought his shots looked better than anybody. I thought Josiah took shots at the speed, and some guys like, okay, now it's my turn, I'm going to shoot it. And there's a difference in the way, again, we won't game shots, game speed, but we were just, again, rushing. But again, the guards did not make the game easy for anybody. And then when you doubt starts creeping in, we looked like we were frozen on the defensive end. I mean, we did things with an older group that should never happen. Should never happen. And that's disappointing, because we had a pretty experienced team out there at the end that you would think that we could guard what they were doing, but they were taking the ball where they wanted to do it, where they wanted to go with it, and rebounding wise, it goes back again. Guys willing to accept the role they need to accept.
Reese?
What's the update on Uro's Plavšić?
He turned his ankle. I mean, it's swelled up pretty good, but I mean it happens. Obviously, in a game you can twist it, but he couldn't come back.
Paige?
And Barnes and Josiah, for you, where do you feel that the game broke down for you guys? I would just say coming out of halftime, we talked about having a sense of urgency. In the first half, we didn't play our brand of basketball. Shots weren't falling, but we also weren't getting on the offensive glass like we're supposed to. And then defensively, we weren't guarding them well. So I think, just coming out of the half, we did the first 4 minutes. We gave them a lot of confidence, and when you give a team confidence, it's hard to beat good players with confidence. And so I think, just midway through the second half where they're hitting shots, we're not hitting shots, and then we're just not getting stops. Probably somewhere there in the second half. I can't really pinpoint it.
Rob.
Josiah, you played a lot of basketball here. When that intensity or urgency is lacking and you can feel it, how hard is it to generate that after the game has started?
It's tough. We definitely didn't come into this game with the right mindset. We thought, I feel like personally that since we got, big wins in the preseason against two pretty good teams, that we were thinking that we could just go out there and get it done like Coach said. But, this is a good lesson for us. It's a long basketball season. Of course, I'm disappointed and upset that we lost, but I'm also excited just to see how this team will respond because, there's a lot of great things that has come before this team, but it's not just going to be handed to us. And I'm excited to see how we respond throughout the rest of the season. I think this loss will be really good for us.
Finish up with Ryan and Pat.
Rick, it seems like Santi has struggled offensively now first couple games and going back to Gonzaga. Just what do you see going wrong for him today?
I think he tries to do too much. I think he's got to play the role we need him to play. And when he's not making shots, and he's still open, he's got to shoot the ball because I think guys are expecting him to shoot it. And when he starts driving, he and Z both out of control. No, we don't know what's going on. Guys, they don't know. And it goes back, and there's going to be games that, again, if they take shots within our offense, they're going to make shots. It's when shots are rushed. But when we come off screens, knowing the shots that we have worked on for years, but when he loses his confidence, now he thinks, okay, every time I get it, I got to go try to create something for my teammates, and he gets himself in trouble. That's where the turnovers come from, as opposed to letting the guys around him create some more for him. And again, he's had 2 games where he hasn't made shots early, and I think he's let it affect him, definitely defensively. And Zakai was, wow, tonight he was out of control. He was totally out of control. And to the point I've already told him he's not starting because him starting the game hasn't worked very well in terms of the way we want to get started. So we'll have to make a decision how we want to go that way. Obviously, as Joe continues to get back, he'll be out there at the start of the game. But we got to get better execution at the start of the game. We can't start the game by throwing it out of bounds the very first possession of the game. But and then we can't, when things aren't going well, one guy can't think, okay, I'm going to go make this happen. And throwing up shots, it really, I say we're 2 for 11. We threw a couple of it. I don't think anybody's going to make. And I told our team this too. Our guards are supposed to guard, good guards, and we got good guards. We really do. They've got to make the game easier for everybody, even including themselves. And they can do that by playing together and believing in what we're doing and not thinking, I got to score. We've got to get back where we really, truly have a defensive mindset. And I'm telling you, their instincts will take over on the offensive end.
Rick, Tad shook up his starting lineup and the rotation from there. Just wondering how, if at all, that affected your team's preparation for what you saw in the scouting report.
No, I don't think that did. I've obviously, I'm going to do the same thing because I'm not happy with where we are. That's just, again, whether it's complacency or what, or he obviously wasn't happy with what happened at Grambling and his experience. And again, we told our team, hey, believe me, they're going to come in here like a wounded dog and they're going to be ready to bite somebody. And he did. And like Joe said, again, not to take anything away from them, we allowed them to get real comfortable and real confident. And again, they're a good team. When you're at this level, a Pac-12 team, believe me, they can win basketball games. And you hate to lose. Again, I hate it, but I love Tad. He's one of the. He does it right. And when you lose to a guy like him, it's still tough. But again, they deserve to win. He did a better job with his team getting ready, obviously, than I did. And that's disappointing to me that maybe I've given our guys a little bit too much leeway in terms of thinking they're mature enough to get ready. But I told them this week I felt there was just something missing. And like Joe said, and maybe it's the best thing that's going to happen to us because if we think we're going to show up and win, when it counts most, we won't. If this were an NCAA game, and it's kind of what it could be, you know, when you're not making shots, can you find a way to win a game when you're not making shots? And today, again, you cannot miss point blank layups when people are guarding you. You can't. When you get, especially when they were concerned, they were definitely concerned about the 3-point shot early because they fouled us, 2 or 3 times out there, and we didn't go finish anything at the rim to make them really guard that. And then we obviously spread it out some, trying to get to the foul line to get back in the game. But again, just too many bad decisions, even in the open court. Guards setting up some of the passes. But again, I respect Tad for what he did. I mean, that's a tough loss at Grambling. First of all, he should never been put in that situation, but he was, and come back in here and we're a good team, and they beat us. Make no bones about it. They beat us.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thank you guys.
Tom.